Let's take a closer look at carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are made up of the elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. There are three classes of carbohydrates: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are single sugars. The examples are glucose, fructose, and lactose. Notice how they end with the suffix "ose". "Ose" means sugar. So those are the three monosaccharides that we will come across in the human body. Disaccharides are two sugars that are held together by a covalent bond. The examples are maltose, which is found in barley, wheat, sweet potato; sucrose, which is found in cane sugar, beets, etc. Our table sugar is sucrose. Lactose is found in milk. Polysaccharides are several monosaccharides held together by covalent bonds. The most important polysaccharides are starch and glycogen. Glycogen is a stored form of energy in the liver. It's basically many glucose units held together by covalent bonds. The starch is the dietary form of polysaccharide. It's found in rice, pasta, bread, etc. The main function of carbohydrates is to provide us with energy. Let's take a look at the composition of disaccharides. The word disaccharide can be broken down into di, meaning two, sachar, meaning sugar, and ide means unit. So maltose, which is a disaccharide, can be broken down into two glucose units. Sucrose is broken down into glucose and fructose. So when you eat table sugar, that's broken down into glucose and fructose. Lactose is broken down into glucose and galactose. So as we can see here, glucose, fructose, and galactose are the monosaccharides. Sugar is ose, and remember, di is 2 and mono is 1. Sugar is a problem when consumed in large quantities. Sucrose, which is table sugar, when broken down by our digestive system, becomes glucose and fructose. It's basically 50% glucose and 50% fructose. The glucose is usually not a problem because majority of the cells in our body can use glucose as a source of fuel. So that's not a problem. However, fructose cannot be used by all the cells in our body. It goes straight to the liver and most of it is converted to fat. So sugar becomes fat in the end via fructose. And as a result, fructose is the culprit and causes many problems such as diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, fatty liver disease, and cancer. And remember, cancer cells love fructose. Let's recap what we know about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are made up of the elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The building blocks of carbohydrates are monosaccharides. The three classes of carbohydrates are monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. The main function of carbohydrates is to provide instant energy. When you consume milk, you're consuming the milk sugar lactose, and this lactose is broken down into glucose and galactose by your digestive system. And these are monosaccharides, and it is in this form that the digestive tract can absorb it. If lactose is not broken down, then it causes a lot of discomfort in the digestive tract because it cannot be absorbed. People who are lactose intolerant do not produce an enzyme called lactase. Lactase is the enzyme that helps us to break down lactose into glucose and galactose. ACE means enzyme. Not everyone produces a sufficient quantity of this enzyme, and so that results in a condition called lactose intolerance.